Introducing the Onyx Boox Note S, featuring a 9.7-inch e-ink card with glass-based display and a resolution of 1200 by 825 at 150 ppi. The screen is completely flush with the bezel, and it's using a hand-drawn digitizer for the Stylus layer instead of a Wacom. This helps drive down the cost. Underneath the hood is a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage, no SD card. It has 2 speakers, a mic, USB-C, and a 3000 milliamp battery, Wi-Fi, and Android 6.0. And it also has Bluetooth 4.1.
Very simplistic design, black borders, flush screen and bezel. You have a physical button at the bottom here. They've done away with any page turn buttons or SD cards on the sides, completely clean. Everything kind of happens on the bottom here. USB-C, hard reset, Torx screws if you're brave enough to open this up. We don't recommend that. Stereo speakers on the back. Nice matte finish on the back of the device. Power button up top with LED indicator.
Onyx has kept the UI fairly consistent over the last few generations of e-readers. You do see at the top here various aspects. You can see all the different menus, like things that are open with Android by clicking this button. You can initiate A2 mode. As you can see, the baseball guy and the cover art is a little bit more pixelated, but you've upped the performance, and this is good if you're using Android apps. If you click this button, you can change different aspects of the device. So you can see this is the volume button, and then if you tap at like the center of the screen here, you can adjust the volume on the stereo, on the stereo speakers on the back, or if you're using headphones and things like that. As you can see, it's Bluetooth here, settings menu, power save mode. It actually shows you how much battery that you have here. This is a touchscreen device as well as interactable with a stylus, so you can use either or. Storage is your file manager here. They say it's an SD card, but it's really not. When you sideload everything on here, it's basically just on the root. Like when you plug in the USB-C to your computer and you want to copy ebooks over, you just kind of copy it to like the root directory. These are where all of your apps are. So Kindle, Good Reader App Store, default browser. Basically everything without an icon is the default apps. Settings. This is Android 6.0, but they do have like a custom sort of settings menu. It's very unlike your traditional Android phone or vanilla Android. So you see some things here. You can do automatic updates, which is good.
There are no physical page turn buttons, so you're going to have to use your stylus to swipe, tap, or your fingers. We'll just use our finger for this. You can long press on something. This brings up definition, search the web, copy, highlight, annotation, and whatnot. You can do a highlight and it just basically turns it gray. If you tap the center of the screen, this is the most important segment. You have font styles, and font is where you're going to be changing a lot of your font size. It does default to Chinese font face, but you do have English, text style, and code page. This is very technical stuff. If you're dealing with UTF fonts and simplified Chinese stuff, that's where you're going to go for that.
Yeah, Onyx always packs way more fonts than they need. 27 pages of fonts.
27, not 27 fonts, 27 pages of fonts. Yeah. So there's more than enough customization.
And there's a font cult coming soon. Whether is that a font,
or is that the name of the font?
Yeah, is that the name of the font, or is that just like a placeholder?
It's like those businesses that are called going out of business.
Yeah.
You do have contrast, meaning you can make the contrast level higher or lower, so you can make the text more bold. You don't have to rely on bold fonts. They have a more button here because the screen got a little smaller. They stashed a lot of their stuff here. You do have slideshow, which is basically auto page turn, refresh, which swipes the page away and refreshes. We'll just look at settings here really quick. Settings takes you out of the book and gives you system options, screen settings, color bar, a whole bunch of stuff. We're not going to touch on all of these, but you can screenshot, you can pause the video at any time if you want to see the absolute huge amount of settings they have for simply reading a book. It's quite staggering, the amount of things they allow you to change. Onyx is a very customizable device. It's very open. It allows you to do a lot of things. You also have text-to-speech, which we're just going to show you right now. It is quite robotic, so just going to give you a heads up.
Now we come to forgiveness. Don't worry about forgiving me right now. There are more important...
You can see the whole screen refreshes every single time. It's a little bit robotic. Our recommendation is if you want audio in a book, just download an audiobook. This thing has stereo speakers. It's going to have a lot better of a experience than that does. You do have, if you X out of this, you do have your usual things like bookmarks on the top right corner, search, table of contents, dictionary, and this, which we're going to show you right now. This is a really cool feature because even though it's not a PDF, you are able to do a side-by-side. And you can see that each page has its own respective notes. So for example, I can read over here and then I can write over here and say this is really important. Unfortunately, you can't scribble on this side because it's not a PDF, but you do have a lot of options here. You have back, forward, save, erase, even shapes you can make on the screen. You do have the ability to add and delete more note pages per page of each book. So the opportunities and the it's just endless. It's a very, very customizable way to do note-taking. This handles PDFs wonderfully. As you can see here, it's very fast, very crisp, quick, doesn't render, doesn't get all blurry or anything. We'll stop on a page like this so we have some white space. We'll show you what's going on. Scribble is one of the most important things we're going to show you here. You can see you don't have any pinch and zoom capabilities unless you unlock it. Then you can pinch and zoom, lock it back up, make your notes very detailed notes because you do have a very close zoom. It's very quick. You have pressure sensitivity. If you press down, it's very hard. You can make important notes like that. Unlock the pinch and zoom, zoom out. Look how quick that all was. It's very snappy, very quick. You can even do shapes, pen thicknesses, erasing, everything. Aside from scribbling, you can press the center. You have text reflow, manual crop, comic mode, article mode, and that's just under the navigation menu. You have all of these under zoom. You have contrast mode like we saw in the ebook. We have note-taking mode. We have rotation. We have more. There is so much jam-packed in here. We just simply can't show everything. We'll do some future videos touching on a couple more of these things in the future. We do also have the ability to long press a body of text and you get all the same functionality you do on an ebook.
So this is the e-ink optimized version of the Good e-Reader App Store. It's different from the Android client. There's no carousel.
Right.
Everything is just easy to scroll on. We have A2 mode on just in order for all the scrolling to be like robust, and this is like one of the benefits of A2 mode is using Android apps that aren't totally optimized for like e-ink. This is a subversion of Spotify that's designed for lower end hardware, which e-readers, Peter, certainly fit under like that category.
Right.
So you can kind of click on images and things like that, get a sense on what the mix and stuff is.
Snow and frost are banished, and sailing over a calm sea, we may be wafted to a land surpassing in wonders and in beauty every region hitherto discovered on the habitable globe.
We'll just go through each one of these. I'll show you guys that you can make triangles, very geometrically friendly triangles with the shape segment here. We're going to skip over these because I need to show you the pen. This pen is a consistent thickness line, so you have different levels of thickness. So we can go hello, like that, and then good e-reader. E-reader. We can use the back for erasing. The erasing has been just completely improved over the previous generations. You do have this one as well, which is a pressure sensitivity option. So you don't have to choose the line spacing. So if we write hello very thin and then we go really strong on the L's and then like that, you can utilize the pressure sensitivity on the pen nib to do all that. You do have a lot of different options for backgrounds as well. We have 12 point, which we can use like this. So we have Peter. Well, I kind of Pete's, but whatever. We also have a background for ABCs, and most importantly for a lot of people that we know, music. So you can make music notes like that, and treble clefs. I don't know how to do one, but it's a very, very versatile device with many different backgrounds. Making a new page is as simple as pressing plus, and you can choose your own background for each page. You can navigate to and from by just pressing plus 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 to make more and more pages. There aren't really limits on any of the pages. You do have a back button if you make a mistake. You have a refresh, and you have a get rid of the touch panel button. You can completely disable it. You also have a complete screen wipe if there's anything wrong. You have a save button, and you have a back and forward, I should mention. If you make a mistake and go back, you can go forward. And the settings menu itself at the top corner here, which takes a couple presses sometimes. Export the current page or all pages. We will do a very in-depth review of this note-taking on an isolated video on our YouTube channel.
So hopefully you've appreciated this review. Drop a comment below. Let us know what you think about the Onyx Boox Note S. For goodyreader.com, my name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Everybody take care.
Is that you? Oh, we got the rice hat on.
Yeah. Well, it's actually supposed to be like a pirate hat.
Oh, you're not a Chinese farmer?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
'Cause
well, here's some...
the rice fields?
Yeah.
Nice. We do live in Vancouver.
Yeah. I've always wanted to, like, check... I've never seen rice fields before.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I've just seen them on TV.
That's very green. Like, super... These little... The leaves that come up from the rice is very, very green.
And apparently,
lush.
like, rice fields they're very wet. Like,
yeah, they're marsh.
People don't really realize that it's not like a wheat field.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can't walk in it without, like, knee-high boots.